I already read the Louvre. I'm at the Luxe 3 times, a few times for this. Knowing it might be a sketchy reaction for that. So, let you know, this is my other review that I was telling you about. So if you want to read the book without any details or spoilers, please go away just for a bit until after you read the book, which I'm gonna tell you if you guys already read it. So here's a rough detail and see what's going on. Well, the prologue, which took place on the fall of 1899, with the death of Elizabeth Aura Holland. Everybody suspected rumors of suspicions of Elizabeth's timing death, which that her body was found on the Hudson River, thinking that she was drowned to death, but unfortunately her body never found for this. Knowing that suspicion might be looming all over for this. Who's the last time you seen her for that. Knowing it kept on forward for this, but I was very disappointed for this, knowing the start of the book, which is the aftermath for that. I hope it'll be an epilogue for that next time, but hope swings eternal. If flashback about a week or two to when the widower Ruby's grandpa Holland, after the timely death of her husband Edward Holland, who is a patriarch of the family, knowing that he was a not so distant of a good man for this. But the family problems might be lurking around. Louisa desperately so much that her daughter, Elizabeth, who was a prized possession of the pedestal of society maven, wants her to meet an eligible bachelors who was fresh out of college or still in college, knowing that all the men are wealthy from a well-to-do family. But I might be getting the hang of that for this. She's just only 18, but she got to keep up the pressure of the status and appearance to line up of this society matron for this. After all that, she was on society columns, gossip, you name it. Unlike her sister Diane, who's 16, really despised of this snobby tata debonair for this. But anyway, she just wanted to explore out her adventure, explore out her fun. After all that, she is a wild child of a streak for that. That likes to flirt on older guys, gross, and likes everything to be positively for that. Until Release had told both daughters the bad news that the family is about to be going downhill at destitute after the death of their father. So Release had focused on Elizabeth to save the family and save the morals of the duty within status, which she might too, or so she thought of. So I'll get back to that in just a moment. Henry, for his case, he's a Schumacher for that. Knowing that he dropped out of college, for that matter, that doesn't matter that college is a dope mess for that. Well, his father, for his case, despised of this mess. When he announcing of his political career of running for mayor of New York, was surprised to say the least, and surprised of this news per se. Knowing that Henry thinking of an ideal wife, which is Penelope, might be a suitable ideal wife to be, but get you back on Penelope started a bit second. But his father really despised of Henry's idea being with Penelope, knowing that her family checked past that she's new money for this. Unlike of Henry's family own money status. That's dope for that. So his father is forcing him to marry Elizabeth, knowing that she is own money just like him, so that his father could image up of his political career. So Henry got no choice to agree of his father's terms for that. Now let's get on to Penelope, who knows she's a new money type for this. Knowing that her family is wealthy for this, even new money status for this. She always get what she wants. Knowing that Penelope was a felon for this in the book, that she wanted Henry for this. Knowing seduction of intrigue might be a harling bit of a pleasure meet of a lustrous, of tempted lust. But apparently, even Iron Henry might be enough life story for that. But even so, that her best friend, Elizabeth, might be getting away for this, but I'll get back to that. But anyway, let's get back to the Hollins family. When he arrives at the Hollins mansion at Gramercy Park, the Holland woman had greeted Henry with a welcome by taking Elizabeth to the park by exchange for marriage. But she accepted and agreed with this. But apparently Elizabeth doesn't like Henry for this, because he's wealthy but a odd fellow for that. Apparently, she fell in love with Will, who happens to be a servant of the Hollands, by knowing of getting with a servant, being together with a servant, will be a bad omen for that, which isn't. So she didn't tell Will about this, but he kept too busy with her that plans to run away, goes to the rest, and live the happy ever after life for this. It might be, it does for that. But Elizabeth wasn't eyeing on Henry for this. Her sister Diana was also eyeing on Henry for that. Knowing that both Diana and Henry might be a perfect ideal match for this, but it might be a complicated of this relationship status of type for this, but might keep it a secret for now. But all the lingering of this forbidden affair between the Holland sisters and the man that they love, it might be a consequences of disaster for this, of the mess. Lena, the servant of the Hollands family, know it all too well much because Lena have a fight or thirst a thing with William, but they end up becoming friends for this, but she loves him. But apparently, he doesn't love her back. That's why that he fell in love with Elizabeth. And he planned to run away with Elizabeth and live a happy after life. I forget about working as servants, so they can forget about working as a servant, and her forget about this dull manner of life of this. And wish that, and they might too, but the Holland's fortune is about to go downhill, and everything is about to turn out to be disaster for this. Knowing that the Holland's family might be saved, but unfortunately it wasn't. When Penelope knew about this, after Lena told her about it, even a letter to prove it all, Penelope decided to blackmail on Elizabeth so that Penelope wanted Henry all to herself by bowing down or facing shame against society. So she ended up ran off. So Elizabeth ended up ran off towards west, rather than looking back at the city. So Penelope ended up lying towards everybody that Elizabeth was dead, and everybody fell for it. But everything take a twist for a words that it currently not happened to the story. That Elizabeth was alive and well, which Diane knew about this, even Penelope. That she wanted to be with Will, that Liz wanted to be with Will and live a happy after life. After Lena until Lena told Will about Elizabeth's engagement with Henry, with making Will stunned of anger, having a nervous breakdown. Kind of. And not drinking whiskey for this. Until Will gave Elizabeth an ultimatum. Either go to West with him or end up staying here and marry Henry, living her life miserable in hell and forgotten. So with Penelope's blackmail on Elizabeth and everything else, and Elizabeth's life could get more worse for this, knowing that her mother forced her to marry Will for the money, but not for love. So Elizabeth ended up taking a chance of going out to the West, leaving the entire family of hers in New York behind to go out towards West with Will. Everything seemed to be perfectly ending for that. Apparently, both Penelope and Diane knew that Liz was alive, but she ran off. She ran off with Will, and everything be seen happily ever after. Oh, sorry, I thought. But everybody doesn't know. Sorry, apology. So everybody knows about this. Everyone know that Liz is dead, but apparently Liz is alive, which everybody doesn't know about. So that's the end of this book. Book one. Apparently, eventually, what happens for that? It could be a mystery for this, but unfortunately, I cannot tell you the rest of it. So on. Of this book 2, 3, and 4, it might be a downgraded, but a disappointed for that mess. But you guys go let me know about it. I'm gonna tell In the next upcoming video, I'm going to tell about the characters as well of the detailed plots of the stories, as well as the background and everything else between it. So keep an eye on the video for that. So that's it for now. Until then, see ya.